Welcome to another inspiring episode of Step into Success, a men's forum on personal growth. Today, we're going to delve into the journey of self discovery, exploring the limitless potential within each one of us, right? And uncovering the tools to overcome life's challenges. Whether you're feeling stuck or uncertain or simply seeking a renewed sense of purpose, this episode guides you through a practical steps, many of them, until you can unlock your full potential. And before we get started, I want to let you know that we do have a worksheet. So click on that below and grab that and work along with us.
The importance of self-compassion. Oh boy, was that big for me. That was a huge, huge lesson to be able to accept that I couldn't do anything and to adapt. It was a very, very challenging time. And that self-compassion, because during that time, my daughter distanced herself, my son as well. And they had every reason to, because I had zero tolerance for anything. I could explode at nothing. And it was really, really hard.
Yeah.
So reducing that stress and that anxiety, the harsh self-judgment, the victimhood, right?
Yeah.
That only adds to the weight of the difficult situation. The self-compassion allows you to process emotions in a healthy way,
Yeah.
fostering resilience, developing your emotional quotient, raises your emotional resilience. When you
Yes.
treat yourself with kindness, you bounce back faster from the setback and
Yes.
self-regulate, especially when those obstacles keep coming up.
Yeah.
I self-regulate every single day. And when I started with the EFT, the emotional freedom technique, I would use them about 6 hours every day,
Wow.
daily. My determination. I had done nothing for 2 years, but then it was like, let's move forward, girl. That's enough,
Right. Yeah.
And this self-compassion promotes growth instead of getting stuck in, I should have done better.
Right.
Self-compassion helps you say, I did my best.
Right.
I
So
tried.
let's talk about how to practice that. And I'm going to let Christine go on, but she did this great impression when we were discussing what we were going to put in our talk today. So I'm going to let her keep going here because I really want you to see it and hear it too. So Christine, keep going.
Okay. So we said, speak to yourself like a friend. And I said, like a loving friend. Because, you don't want me saying, oh gosh, what are you up to again? Like, how is that going to serve you? Oh, poor me. I'm the only one suffering. Everybody's out having fun and downhill skiing. If you have a loving way to support yourself instead of criticizing yourself, you will be able to shift up. Otherwise, you'll be shifting down. You'll stay stuck like I did.
Yeah.
So offer yourself some kindness, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, a nice hug.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I can show you havening. This is just a basic. You put your hands on your shoulders, you exhale, and you do this 9 times. This is another way to self-regulate. And you can acknowledge and celebrate your effort. My mantra is I self-regulate each day. My life transforms. And it does. It's mind-blowing. Some people are like, whoa, you were there and you're here now. Yes, I was there and I'm here now. So focus on your effort. Focus on those mini actions that are important. take care of yourself
Yes.
because when life feels overwhelming, slow down, breathe, allow yourself rest. Self
Yes.
care is not a luxury, it is a necessity.
Yes. Yes.
Wasn't that calming to do
Oh,
this?
it is very it's like giving myself a hug.
Yeah,
It's opened me up to the kindness and the softness that, I would want someone else to give me if I'm in that why me mode and they come up
yeah,
and they hug you and oh, it's gonna be all right, right? It's okay for me to say that to myself. We've got this.
yeah.
You're gonna be all right, right? That you're good. You're good. And I'm also gonna drop this in there because I met a gentleman over the weekend and I was talking to him and his friend, and he had said that his family's dog recently passed away.
Mm.
He has two young children, they're six, and they're just losing it. And you could see the tears coming to his eyes. But then you saw him stiffen up. And, you know, men don't cry. I want to let you know right now, it's good to cry.
Yeah,
It's okay to cry. And it's okay that your children see you cry. So when you're struggling, whether that's with an emotion of, a family member or, someone passes away to, I can't get this project right, stop for a moment and love on yourself. And it's
and
okay, right?
it's okay, and from an emotional freedom technique perspective, it's essential
Yes.
because why did I get to a point where I was exploding everywhere? I'd kept everything in,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
it had to come out, and I had no technique how. Now you do.
Yeah, you do. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, why adaptability is crucial in those difficult times, right? It prevents resistance to change. When we resist change, we suffer. We suffer. It's like drinking the poison and expecting somebody else to die. It's us that's drinking the poison, and we will if we don't start to change. And we want to adapt to what we're in moving into, right? So enhancing problem solving. When things don't really go as planned, instead of, go, oh, the day is over, we can stop and say, hey, I'm adaptable and I'll find new ways to move forward, right? So it also opens up new opportunity. Some of the best breakthroughs come from the moment that we're forced to stop trying something different, right? Those breakthroughs, the moment we open them, go, you know what? I am going to try something new. I am going to do it this way. It didn't work that way. I'm going to try it this way. Then opportunities start popping up all over the place that we didn't recognize before,
Yeah,
right?
definitely. And how do we cultivate that adaptability? How do we shift from why is this happening to me to what is this teaching me?
Yes.
Because challenges are often redirection, like we said earlier, towards something better.
Yeah.
Maybe it's bringing us in a better direction that fulfills our mission more, our purpose more, that will bring us more joy, even though in the moment we're
Right.
not seeing it. And that's
Right.
important. So let's embrace a growth mindset and believe that you can develop new skills. You can adjust to new circumstances and
Yes.
overcome obstacles with time and effort. Yeah, it does take effort, unfortunately. I would say fortunately,
Yeah.
because it's so important. Like, if you feel the passion, just go
Yeah.
for it.
Go for it.
Stay open to the possibilities. Allow yourself to see the new possibilities. If somebody may suggest something, sometimes we're just on a plan and we're like, nope, nope, nope. Wait a minute. Trust those new doors that open. Allow yourself, or maybe write it down and say, I'll look at it later when
Yes.
you're posed and calm. Or get a coach that has a proven track record and aligns with you to support you on that journey.
Yes. 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 And so, how do we develop a growth mindset? I know everybody's asking me, how do we do this? How do I tackle those obstacles? Well, we want to reframe challenges to opportunities. Obstacles aren't a stop sign, right? That's the invitation to grow, right? That's that invitation to curiosity. So instead of saying, this is too hard, say, this is an opportunity to learn something new. Instead of thinking, I don't know how to do this, shift it to, I can figure this out, just like you figured out how to tie your shoes, right? And so know that it's okay to drop the ball, right? It's okay because we can find an easy way to pick it up and keep going, right? So our growth mindset shift is really challenges are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones to where we're headed.
Yes. So let's empower the yet or up until now. So, what does that mean? When you feel stuck, you say, "Oh, I didn't get that yet. I haven't understood this lesson yet. I'm not good at this," to "I'm not good at this up until now.
Right.
I can't do this until I can't do this yet, but I can learn." So, our mind shift is learning is a process.
Yes.
Mastery takes time,
Yeah.
and give yourself grace.
Yes. Yes.
Or love on yourself.
Yeah, it's okay. And here's the, and it's okay to recognize that you're not okay. That's why we're sharing all of this, right?
Yeah.
It's okay to say, I'm stuck here, or I don't understand this, or what can I do differently? Right. So, but remember when you're using the word yet or up until now, I haven't been able to pay my electric bill up until now. Do you see the difference when you say, I haven't been able to pay my electric bill up until now? It gives you that power, right? I can't do this yet. I can learn. That brings that up. I just love that part of everything that I do, the up until now and the yet. I just love it. I love it. Many people believe that talent alone leads to success, but effort is what truly makes the difference. It's that baby step, right? Doing one more thing.
And it's building the foundation
Yes.
to your success, taking the time to do that. Yes, I can't do it yet, but wait a minute. What is it that I can learn to shift that? And who can I get support from?
Yes. Yes, that's exactly right. And the more we practice, right, the better we get. So progress matters. It's not the perfection, right? And the growth mindset here is effort is never wasted. It's an investment in your growth.
Yeah.
So let's get to it up until now.
I love it. So learn from your failure instead of fearing it, right? Isn't that going to be so much easier? If you could leave with one thing today and say, "Hey, I am a success because
Yeah.
I am
Yes, that's right.
on a journey, and it's part of my success. What did this experience teach me?" And instead of seeing it as a mistake, as not good enough, as a proof of your inadequacy, what if you view it as stepping stones to improvement?
Yeah.
Isn't that better? Like,
Yes.
release those things that were told to you that it's impossible. I still remember the day I called my parents when I was really sick and I said, "Oh, it was July." And I said, "Oh, the geese were on my deck this week." And in unison, they answered, "Oh, Christine, that's impossible." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, no wonder I am stuck in this
Yeah.
stuckness here." Because I have been told that what I say, even if it's true, in their opinion, it was impossible. And
Right.
that was the lesson from that phone call.
Yeah.
And that was one of those phone calls where I was started lighting up
Yeah.
to, why am I listening to them? It's like,
Right.
what is that thought? Why, like, So that was a growth mindset shift. Failure is a feedback. It is not a final verdict.
Worth it.
So their verdict of it's impossible,
Yes.
nah, throw that up into the hot air balloon and let's move on.
Absolutely. And just like, you had geese on your deck and you're being told that it's not there, there are some things that we don't want to share with everybody. We don't want to share, if you have a huge dream and you just really feel it and that passion and desire is in there, doesn't mean you have to share it with everybody because not everybody's going to be on your side,
And
right?
that was a big lesson as well.
Yes.
I learned to stop sharing everything
Yeah.
with my beautiful family. They love me.
Yes.
However, because they don't have a growth mindset, they're
Yes.
unable to support me and uplift me.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's when you turn and look
Yeah.
for better support.
Yeah. Look.
Somebody who has that ability within them.
Yes. Yes. And I'm going to throw this out there. Most of the time, people are doing things and say things because they love you and they think they know what's best for you, but only you know that. Only you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
So,
true.
how can we replace I can't with how can I? Fixed mindset thinking that I can't do this, right? That's common hour thinking. We're going to go into brave thinking by growth mindsets thinking. They ask questions like this: how can I make this work? I've got this. I love it when you brought that up earlier. I got this. It's just so important. When we've faced, when we're sitting here faced with a challenge, right? Brainstorm solutions instead of shutting down. So take a moment, self regulate, do the meditation, and sit down, right? And ask yourself the one question that can help you in this moment. How can I make this work? Sit back and just listen to that. You're going to have all kinds of things pop in your mind. Write them all down. I had a client, she does have, she wanted to start a bakery. And so she's got everything in place. And she says, now I have to come up with a name. And so that's what I taught her to do, was to get into her meditation and ask that question, what is the perfect name for my bakery? And I told her, you write down everything. I don't care if the name Taco Bell pops up. You write it all down. And then
Yep.
what you can do is go back to that list later. You turn it over, don't look at it, give it no more energy, and then
Yeah.
go back to it later and read what it says. And the things that pop out, circle those, right? Because they have some energy to it. But then do it again, right? And do it again and do it again until that solution that is just, that's the way to do it. That's the solution that you pay. One of the things that we were talking about Thomas Edison, one of the things that he likes to do, Christine, is when he had a big question like this, is he would sit in a rocking chair with a rock in his hand and a bucket on the floor right below his hand. And he would ask himself that question. And that's what his intention was. That's what his focus was. That's where his energy was going. But sometimes he would fall asleep in this meditation. The rock would fall out of his hand into the bucket and it would wake him up. Most of the time, he came up with a solution. He came up with what he needed, right? So brainstorm those. Don't shut down. Start moving forward and seek support. Learn new strategies and keep moving forward, right? So the growth mindset here is every problem has a solution. You just have to find it. If you can think the question up, there is always an answer. Always an answer.
Totally agree with you, Anna Marie. And, as we were just mentioning, to surround ourselves with
Yeah.
growth oriented people
Yes. Yes.
because your environment influences your mindset. So, are you spending time with people who encourage your learning, your resilience, and your positivity? If not, where can you find
Yeah.
observe how successful people handle challenge. So that's why I really like David Asprey because He tries all these things and then he tells us how it worked for him. And I've picked up some leadership tips from him that I just love
Yeah.
because they help me tackle
Yes.
and, of
Yes.
course, self regulate to calm the fear mode, the survival mode, so that you can follow your inner wisdom.
Yes.
Feed yourself some self love if you didn't get it when you were young, and allow your inner wisdom to show up.
Mm. Yes.
For growth mindset, woohoo, success leaves clues.
What is that saying? And I know most of us have heard it. Um, you don't want to be the smartest person in the room, but you can tell your success by the people that are in the room with you,
Mm,
right?
yes,
Because you always want to be learning, you always want to be growing, you always want to have an experience of something you've not done. So celebrate your progress, not just results, right? Growth mindset,
yes,
right? When we focus on the improvement rather than the end goal, because the truth is, it's not about the this or that or that or this. It's about who you're becoming, right? And when we can learn to focus on what it is that I'm improving, being aware, right? Recognizing, being able to say, oh, it's time to self regulate, being able to
mhm,
say to yourself, this was not the path, and that's okay. Because up until now, I had it wrong, and now I've got it, right? Acknowledge every step forward, no matter how small. Keep a journal.
yes,
So we talk about this a lot, and you'll hear us talking about it more. Like I said earlier, we don't teach things one time. We say it multiple times. So keep a journal for the lessons learned and wins that you've achieved along the way. And I noticed, Christine, you were trying to say something. What do you want to add?
I just wanted to add that when I was really down and started stepping forward, I had a journal and I would journal every day.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the school board, and it was only a 15-minute drive, but that was too much energy for
Yeah.
me. So on the way back, I stopped only 5 minutes out and I laid down in the grass. I had brought a blanket and I had my journal and I started reading it so I could get some rest. And
Yes.
as I read it, how come you have so much courage and you don't see it?
Yeah.
So having that journal allows you to have a different perspective because I had written that months before.
Right.
And to reread that, so that really motivated me to
Yes.
continue on my journey to find myself, my mission, my purpose, my what brings me joy. And it's follow the joy is what I've learned since then. But we'll go into that later on. And I
And
know the
yeah.
journal, if you read it a couple months later, especially if you're right, it doesn't have to be super long. It can be 2 sentences, 10 sentences. Reread
Yes.
it once in a
Yes.
while to see your progress, to witness it, to
Yes.
notice.
I love that. Absolutely. And it's something that I do because I keep journals every year. And at the end of the year, I will skim through and highlight where I can say, here's where I've been and look at where I am today. And you can see your growth. And so I just highlight some things as I go along, right? Because the growth mindset is every step forward is progress, right? So celebrate it, enjoy it, remember it. And when you're in those challenging times, remember the progress and bring that energy into it.
And yes, and I'll just share one last
Sure.
thing. I said how my daughter and my son had moved away, but when I started shifting, they moved back into my life.
Yes.
And my daughter had this thing where she would say, "You've got this, mom. You've got this, mom." So now we each use that. When one calls and they're going a bit, "Oh, what's going
Yes.
on?" "Oh, you've got this. And I'm so proud of you because." So
Yes.
what are you proud of yourself because of doing this or that, or because you're here today and you're taking the time to learn how
Yes.
to step into your own success?
That's correct. That's exactly right. So we have a challenge for you for this week. We invite you truly to identify one limiting belief and challenge it every day. So when you notice that it pops up, challenge it with yet up until now, something that's the opposite, right? Regulate, meditate, and journal, right? So implement one new empowering habit, like I just said, and then find that accountability partner. I can talk today.
It's okay.
Someone to,
You've got this.
I've got this. Someone to check in on your progress. Someone that is not going to judge you, right? Because it's not a place for judgment. It's not any of that. But someone can say, hey, how are you doing today? I know you
Mm.
set this goal and you were taking this step. Did we accomplish that? What can we do next, right? That's what we challenge you with this week.
Yeah, and maybe the person can suggest it. How can you break it down if you're not able to take
Yes.
that step? And sometimes it's okay. Is there another step that will move you forward that and then you can do this one tomorrow? Allowing that grace. It
Yes.
doesn't have to be in there.
Race.
It's
That is correct.
grace.
Yes. Yep.
So do you have some final thoughts for us, Anna Marie? Because we've been here for a while and I know sending lots of love. You've got this, but we want to wrap this up so you can go and move on to what it is that you want more of.
And you can always come back to these and watch them again. Get through part of it, come back and watch the rest. And we have a part two to this journey that we were on today. We'll get to that next time. So remember, personal growth is a continuous journey, it's not a destination, right? Embracing challenges, believing in your potential, and taking intentional steps toward your goal can transform your life, right? So thank you for tuning in to Stepping into Success. We would love to hear about your experiences and your insights. So connect with us and share how you're stepping into your greatness. So until next time, keep growing, keep thriving, and keep believing in yourself.
If I've got this, you've got this.
That's right. That is exactly right. So we thank you again, and we'll see you soon.